MLB The Show just released the new gameplay trailer for MLB 25, and we saw 20 new features that we have to talk about. Everything from college baseball to weekend league to brand new legends. MLB The Show 25 has the makings to be an amazing game, and I'm very excited to talk about it here. Leave a like down below on this video, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments section what you guys are most excited about heading into the new game. First off, MLB The Show 25 will feature first-person fielding. Have you ever thought that MLB The Show was not immersive enough? Well, here you go. You can pretend like you're actually the player fielding the baseball. I would imagine this only affects offline modes like Road to the Show. I can't really see you in ranked seasons, first-person fielding a ground ball, but maybe. And I also wonder if we could get to the point where you're first-person batting. That could be very cool. Robbing home runs is going to be easier than ever in MLB 25 with the brand new Rob Home Run meter. I think this is very cool. Robbing home runs was always fairly challenging. You could argue as it should be, but this is going to make it a little more clear when you actually should make the jump to try and rob the home run. I think it's a great addition, but I would also like to see there be some measurable difference between the best defenders and Juan Soto's in terms of robbing home runs. It should not be an equal playing field. We're going back to high school in MLB The Show 25 because you can play as different high school teams in Road to the Show. All the teams will be generic, and it looks like there's only a few to pick through, but it is very cool that you're going to start your Road to the Show career in high school. Very curious how many we're going to have. I grew up in a very small school, so my high school experience is a lot different than those that went to a 1,000-person graduate school. My graduating class was 30, so my high school field did not look like these here. So hopefully they can represent me as well. You know, where you have like 20, 25 people that end up going to the games. So you can very clearly hear, you know, the kind of drunk dad who's like, "Blue, what the hell? Did you not see that call?" And after you graduate, it's time to go to college. College baseball is also going to be a part of MLB The Show 25. But it looks like we'll only have about 8 teams to choose from. Those include the UCLA Bruins, the TCU Horned Frogs, the Cal State Fullerton Titans, the Texas Longhorns, Vanderbilt Commodores, Tennessee Volunteers, LSU Tigers, and the South Carolina Gamecocks. So admittedly a little underwhelming. I didn't expect, like the full roster like we got in NCAA 25 for football, where it's like 130 plus FBS schools. Here we're getting 8 that are pretty notorious for baseball, but you would like to see a couple more. It looks like we're getting 1 college stadium, which is going to be the Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, Nebraska, the home of the College World Series. And not to rain on the parade here, because it is very exciting that we're getting high school and college in Road to the Show, really revamping the path to the major leagues for your ball player. But it says here in the blog that accompanied the trailer, you're going to play 2 to 3 games in high school, and you're going to play 3 to 4 games in college, which I think is pretty underwhelming. Now, I know you're not going to play a whole season of high school baseball, and you're not going to play 4 years of college or whatnot before you get to the bigs, but I do wonder if that's enough. I don't know how much it cost for this acquisition to get actual college branding for the LSU Tigers and the Texas Longhorns and whatnot into the game, but 3 to 4 games just feels a little light. I imagine for college, you get to pick out of those 8 schools, and whichever you pick magically is, in the College World Series championship game, and you play that out. Then you go to the Bowman Scout Day, you get drafted. That's my guess. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. I'm excited, but a little underwhelmed. But if you're sad about that, the metal bats might excite you. Oh, the bing of the metal bat. Love it. Very happy to see it. But that's not all Road to the Show has to offer, because there's also a brand new progression system where you build your player up to a 99 overall. I think mainly what this is, it's a return to form of how Road to the Show used to be before the integration with Diamond Dynasty and your ball player. It was built all around the archetypes. Now you're going back to molding your player how you want to and as you see fit, which is much more open-ended and, in my opinion, a great improvement to the archetype system that never really worked. Also in the trailer, we noticed some brand new celebrations. Is this really a new feature? I don't know. They said there's hundreds of new animations put into the game. This has got to account for a few of them. Franchise mode is getting a revamp to the off-season system. In the blog, it reads this: "This year in franchise mode, choices matter. Consequences are real, and time is precious as a revitalized free agency system adds risk versus reward elements, strategy, and excitement to the pursuit of the top free agents each offseason." Which I'm very excited for, although a little skeptical because we've heard big improvements in franchise mode in the past, and it's nothing, right? They always tout the new and improved trade logic, and then you still see Mike Trout headed to the Miami Marlins for a C-tier prospect and a bag of chips. I'm excited if they can make the offseason more realistic, because I'm not joking when I say this. A franchise that I played a couple weeks ago, Juan Soto, who of course was a free agent in the game as in real life, signed a 10-year deal worth $275 million to the Miami Marlins. If all they do to franchise is really clean up, making contracts realistic, making players go to more realistic teams, and having some type of branching progress where you can reach out to free agents, sort of make a pitch like you do in recruiting at NCAA to free agents, that would be very cool, and I would accept that as the big change to franchise. Alongside first-person fielding, we're also getting new quick-time responsive fielding. Of course, there was already QTEs within Road to the Show, but now it looks like it's expanding into more modes. QTEs, some people like them, some people dislike them. Personally, in a game like MLB The Show, where everything is sort of automatic, you don't press a button to pick up the ball, you press one button to throw it to a base, adding challenge on highlight plays, if you want it, I think is cool, although if you don't like it, I think you can toggle it off. Again, I don't think this is on online modes, but we will see. The biggest mystery in the gameplay trailer is ambush hitting. Now, I really can't tell you anything about this. The only thing that I can look at is the PCI gets bigger as you move closer to the box on an inside pitch, and it gets smaller as you go outside. That could be a general change with the game. I don't know. They don't say anything about it in the blog or any of the game listings. It's difficult to get a read on throughout the trailer, but they do mention that on the 11th of February, Robert Flores of MLB Network is going to do a breakdown discussing the differences within the newest change in hitting for MLB The Show. Something I'm very excited about is swim move slides coming into the game. I think this is so cool. It's something I've been asking for a long time. We talk about sort of robotic automatic actions within the game. Sliding, you can pull down on the analog stick for a feet first slide, or you can push up for a hands first dive slide. Those are your two options. There's not really much control that you have outside of that, but now you're able to seemingly do more hook slides and do a quick event to get around the tag. If this is in online, I think it could be very cool. Think sort of a tackle battle in Madden, or the old, battle for the fumble they had, I think like Madden 08, a very long time ago. I would welcome something like this. Give it a shot and see if it works. I think it could be very cool. It also appears that we might have new defensive abilities coming into the game. Now, speak of Madden, I don't know if this is the type of abilities as they have in Ultimate Team, but you do notice that under Ezekiel Tovar, you have two different squares. You have one that looks like a clock. The way I think of that is, that perceived internal clock that infielders have, knowing how much time they've got to get the ball out and throw it to the base, knowing how fast the opposing runner is. I think in this case, it could be they get quick reactions after picking up the ball and throwing it. I don't think they're going to have an internal clock system baked in within the game. It's probably going to be they just don't fuss around after they get the ball. They're going to have better sense of urgency than other fielders. And then you also see kind of a platinum or diamond glove there, which again, Zeke Tovar is one of the best defensive shortstops in Major League Baseball right now. I would love if defense actually matters in MLB 25. I've said it for so long. I'm getting giddy. I'm blushing talking about this because you've got guys like Ozzie Smith and Andrelton Simmons, to name a few, that carved out careers for themselves. Hell, Ozzie Smith was a Hall of Famer because he was a good defender. He was never a good hitter, but he was so good, a wizard, with the glove, that the Cardinals would play him every day, and he enjoyed a very long tenure in MLB. Within MLB The Show, the discrepancy between a Diamond Shield 90-some fielding defender and like a 60 or 70 is not that great, where you would actually choose an Ozzie Smith over who's a bad fielding kind of defender. I'm hesitant to say anyone because people are going to get mad no matter who I say. Bo Bichette, we'll go Bo. Bo Bichette, a better hitter than Ozzie, but people would rather have Bo in the game because the hit tool is more important than the difference in 90 fielding and 60 fielding. A brand new game mode coming into Diamond Dynasty is Diamond Quest. Try out Diamond Quest with your squad. It's a brand new roguelike game mode where rewards are yours to earn through moments, boss encounters, and more. Very cool. I think this is great for offline players. This, probably in addition to something like Conquest, just adds more variety for people that choose not to play the ranked seasons or Battle Royale in the online modes within Diamond Dynasty. And it's ever more important now, with sets and seasons again being removed from MLB The Show 25, you can play these with your whole collection of cards you've earned throughout the year. I'm not exactly sure how this will work. It seems kind of like a Risk board game sort of that you're going to play, which I think is cool. They talk about boss encounters. I think this could be fun, add some rewards for offline players. Really excited to see more detail on this. But for online players, they're coming out with Weekend League, the highest form of competition within MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty. Weekend League, which you can assume will be much like the counterparts in Madden and FIFA that have had Weekend League, that mode, for a long time by now. This is very cool. For the top players on the scale, they've been looking for a way to get more rewards from the game for their skill, as ranked seasons has kind of gotten split between, well, should we have it for the top players to reap all the rewards, or is there some level of reward for people that are playing enough games to rack up stats to get the World Series card? I think this is the best way to do it. Add more rewards for the top end players, but don't take away from everybody else. I'm very excited to see how this will be implemented. As you notice, it is kind of tied within ranked seasons. I don't know if during the weekends the game is going to just focus on Weekend League specifically. We'll have to wait and see, but very exciting. We knew this was coming, but Negro League Storylines Part 3 is joining MLB The Show 25. The Negro League Baseball Museum president Bob Kendrick will be back to share stories of some of the greatest ball players that you probably never heard of in baseball's history. In the blog, they make mention of GOAT difficulty. I think there's two ways they could go about this. One would be legend difficulty wasn't enough. They're going to go higher, and GOAT difficulty is even more difficult. Or GOAT difficulty could kind of change what legend difficulty is specifically for online sense. You know, they might mess with the pitch speeds. They might make it more challenging and specific for online play, especially with the creation of Weekend League. It could make stick skills matter more than ever and maybe not be quite so simulation. Have perfects be guaranteed hits? I don't know for sure, but all I know is I don't know anybody on God's green earth that said, yeah, legend difficulty is kind of easy. Should ramp things up. Extreme moments are going to suck ass this year. And finally, 3 brand new legends. Roger Clemens, as you see him wearing Yankee gear. Of course, he's going to pitch to a Red Sox, so he's not going to be in his first team. But Clemens, very exciting. He was one of the guys we talked about on my legend list. He's going to play for 4 teams. I hope that captain eligibility expands to factor in every team a guy's played for, and it doesn't have to be what cap he's wearing on that card to receive that boost. I think Roger Clemens is awesome, one of the best pitchers ever. He's going to be really fun to add into the game. Manny Ramirez, of course, the guy Roger is throwing to. You see him in the number 24 in Boston. Manny, talk about captain eligibility. You've got the Cleveland Indians / Guardians, the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the White Sox, the Rays, weirdly, for like 6 games before he got popped for Peds and Luss retired. Manny is so fun. He's going to be really exciting to use within the game. I'm so amped for him. And it's interesting as MLB The Show continues to add in more of those steroid era players. And finally, we mentioned Negro League Storyline Part 3, Cool Papa Bell. In my opinion, one of the most interesting guys yet that they're going to showcase. Very excited to hear more about his story and for more people to learn about him. He's going to headline Part 3 of probably 7-8 new storylines that we're going to receive. So there it is, the MLB The Show 25 trailer, and over 20 new features that you might have missed. I am so excited for the brand new game. I think there's a lot of great stuff that they showed us, and there's so much more that they're going to talk about. They revealed the developer live stream and feature premiere schedule. They're going to have deep dives into gameplay, Road to the Show, franchise, storylines, everything under the sun, including a legend trailer on March 11th. I'm pumped. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are most excited for within MLB The Show 25. We're going to have plenty more videos talking about it very soon. Thank you for watching this one.